Why does this happen to so many young artists, childhood stars?
When you ask me this question, at this age, I feel a lot of guilt. I feel a lot of guilt because I worked with so many young artists. And like I told you, I hadn't taken the time to look at myself or do the therapy myself until I was older. So I didn't understand at 25 years old, at 27 years old, at 30 years old, that they each were coming from very unique backgrounds of their own stuff with their own families and their own childhoods and growing up this way and being seen by the whole world and being judged by the whole world at a very young age. And I think it's two things. I think one, human beings are not made to be worshiped. I think we're made to serve. And I think that when we worship human beings, it changes something within us. It messes us up a little bit because that's not what we're built for. And I think that can be very confusing. And I think being able to transcend the childhood of, people cheering your name and everything else at that level and get to the place where the artists I've worked with are, where they are in healthy relationships and with their families and still working through stuff, but like having a human experience, I think it's a testament to their strength. So I think that's part of it. I just think the nature of being on that stage, that young and people chanting your name. And I didn't realize that till, I got older. The other side of it is I never understood, even without me, I didn't have that childhood, yet I broke. And what I think also is important is I don't think we can push everything. I think adversity is important. We can't just talk about mental health and say adversity shouldn't exist. But I do think I understand the importance now of really putting in the time to make sure mental health is addressed and that we have an outlet to speak to someone outside of the crew. And there's a lot of things that I learned within myself that I wish I knew back then. I met those One Direction kids when they started. They came to LA and actually the whole group, because Niall reached out to me. They came to my house to hang out in the backyard when they were first starting, before they really blew up, like their first US visit to LA. And I met Liam back then. And I met the excited young kid with the voice. Yet each one of them has had a different experience. Each one of them has had a different story of perseverance and tragedy.